small Texas town of Mart right now. We're still on the Elvis Trail, and we got an Elvis connection here in Mart that we're going to be checking on here in a minute. And we'll also be going through Groesbeck, Texas today to Mafia, where there's also a small Elvis connection there also. Texas, the Mart Cemetery, something that I didn't learn until not that long ago, was that Lamar Fike's remains are buried here as ashes. He was cremated. So here we are, we found Lamar. Looked too hard with GPS, and he's buried between his parents. It's actually ashes in some kind of container that was buried real deep. See the TCB, the flash on this headstone. And we band of brothers. That's not all Memphis Mafia members, of course. Little David Welch is a great songwriter, but I'm not a member of that group. He had some songs that were submitted to Elvis that Elvis was supposed to record before he passed. Little David did write a lot of great songs before that. Jerry Chestnut, name rings a bell. Of course, Marty Lacker was a member of the Mafia, Memphis Mafia, or close associate of Elvis. And those are Lamar's parents, J. Lamar Fike, 1910 to 1954, and his mother would be Margaret there, August 31st, 1911 to 1994. Lamar was actually born in Mississippi, I believe, but he grew up here in the little small town of Mart. Lamar Fike, one of Elvis's Memphis Mafia members, was born November 11th, 1935 in Cleveland, Mississippi. He spent much of his childhood in the small central Texas town of Mart, which is near Waco. And his family moved to Memphis later, and he attended Columbia Military Academy in Memphis and graduated in 1954. Lamar worked briefly as a disc jockey in Florida. He first met Elvis before Elvis was popular in 1954 and joined his inner circle in 1957 when Elvis was popular. And he was with Elvis longer than anyone in the group except for Red West. Lamar wasn't even paid when he began working for Elvis. Elvis's mother, Gladys, even liked Lamar and told Elvis to trust him since he also came from Mississippi. Lamar even volunteered to join the Army when Elvis went in, but was turned down due to his weight. He lived in Texas while Elvis was at Fort Hood with Red West, Minnie Mae, Gladys, and Vernon. Elvis was stationed in Germany. According to Lamar, Vernon Presley only paid him a tiny bit of money because Elvis didn't even know the exchange rate. So he was given 2 marks at a time, which is very, very little money. And after Elvis found out, then he had Vernon actually give Lamar 200 marks a week while Elvis was out on maneuvers. Lamar became Elvis's tour manager after his return from Germany, and he also did some road managing for Brenda Lee at one time. One interesting story about Lamar is when the young Natalie Wood got upset for Elvis not paying attention to her one night at the Beverly Wilshire Hotel, she sat up on a window ledge. Lamar was convinced she was going to jump, and Elvis just blew it off, said she just wanted attention, but Lamar was convinced that she was going to jump, and he talked her going back into the room. Lamar ran the publishing company that Elvis had interest in, Hill and Range, and he found the songs Kentucky Rain and It Hurts Me, which Elvis made big hits out of. This company was in Nashville, and Lamar worked there from 63 until 72, and he was even paid $50,000 in 1 year. When Elvis got married to Priscilla, some of the Memphis Mafia members were invited, but Lamar was personally hurt because he wasn't invited. Of course, there was personal differences between the two and other members of Elvis' inner circle. Lamar even commented that he was fired 2,100 times by Elvis. When Elvis was playing Vegas, Lamar's job was lighting director, and he remained with Elvis until Elvis passed in 1977. In later years, he returned to Nashville to work as an assistant to Jimmy Bowen, who was head of Capitol Records from 1989 to 1995. Tidbit about Lamar was he was married to Janice Fidel from Waco for a short period, as you probably remember the Fidel house where Elvis visited a lot while he was stationed at Fort Hood while in the Army. And Lamar did take part in a couple of Elvis books, and he was writing his memoir when he passed on January 21st, 2011, at the age of 75 from non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. He passed in Arlington, Texas, and there was a service for him in Fort Worth and another in Mart. He was cremated with his remains being buried between his parents' graves, James and Margaret Fike, in the Mart Cemetery in Mart, Texas.